let's see what's in the first box. So this looks like, I think this is our eagle. Is it? Yeah, so this is our American Gold Eagle, SA. Let's see. And that is more or less mint. Well, it's not obviously mint direct. I got it from a distributor, but they got it direct from the US Mint. That's actually pretty cherry, man. Look at that. Man, that is solid. Wow. I don't know if I've ever had an eagle so fresh and so clean, so to speak. Man, look at that. I'm going to have to get a nice little Loctite for that. And I love, you know what I love? I love the new reverse. I love the big eagle head. And you see that on the big eagle head. Thank you, Mr. Rustelic. I'm glad the lighting looks good. It's hard. I'll tell you, it is not always easy to get lighting on the coins looking good because sometimes it's too shiny, sometimes it's not shiny enough. But there we go. But yeah, in any event, I like the new bigger eagle heads on these coins. I think they look really solid. So we're going to put this one, see if we can put these in a spot where I can actually display them all and still open the rest of the stuff. We got the little plastic up here. So let's put this one. I still like the color though. So if you are in the States, you should buy American Gold Eagles. So let's take a look at box number 2. Oh, some sovereigns. So basically my strategy when I did this buy, every once in a while I like to do a really, sizable buy when I think the price of gold and or silver is at a spot where it's worth buying, where it's nice and cheap, So these 10 ounces, and I don't recall, honestly, if I even, these are Italian. Tali Preziosi. Oh, that's, I don't know what that says, but I have seen these before and they're definitely one of the cheaper 10 ounces that I find. You usually see a lot of sales on these. So I'm guessing that they are all the same. Rustelic. Italian is the best silver, huh? Well, that might be true. I don't know. I think there are probably a lot of people from a lot of other places that might debate you on what country makes the best silver. But you bring up a good point. I don't know if, I don't know. I've never been like, I need the Italian Leaning Tower of Pisa gold coin. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if they have they have a coinage mint. Maybe because they're on the euro now. So I don't know if they have if there are any sovereign Italian, 1 ounce silver and gold coins, but this could be a privately held company. I don't know, but I won't spend too much time on these. But yeah, so this was the low premium silver we came up with, 10 ounces, all the same kind. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They're just low premium silver. So very good. So we'll set those aside. We'll put them right next to our Gold Eagle. Not going to stack them too high just in case I don't need them falling on the Eagle. So let's see. All right. Let's try and get this view here. There we go. Keep it nice and organized. All right, so now we've got our old coins. And I am really, really excited to get to these because, as I said or alluded to before, I mostly buy American Gold Eagles, and I do buy Buffaloes too. So, but again, usually Eagles, mostly Eagles and or Buffaloes. So there are a lot of sovereigns that I don't have. I might have them in silver, but I don't have them in gold. And I've been dying to get my hands on a Canadian gold maple leaf. You would not believe how hard it is to get a Canadian gold maple leaf in the Tampa Bay area in Florida at a local coin shop. And with all the we have a lot of Canadians that come down here for the winter, but I guess they're not buying gold. And of course, yes, Mr. Rustelic, we do have Queen Elizabeth. In fact, so Canadian maple leaf, we're going to have Queen Elizabeth on it. And I think we've got a Britannia, which is going to have Queen Elizabeth. So let's see, there's a couple silver in here. Okay, so these are just generic Buffaloes. I think what happened when we were rounding out the order, there were, I think there's just like a little money left over. We couldn't get 10 whole ounces, so we just a couple cheap buffaloes. Again, lowest premium silver. That's what I asked for. That's what I got. And when I'm buying low premium silver, and I bet a lot of you have experienced this, it's always a buffalo. Like maybe like an Asahi Mint kind of branded coin or 999 fine, but like buffaloes just everywhere. So not a surprise. And these are what, MM. Oh, I always forget what mint that stands for, but they do have a mint mark. I do know where they're from. So cool. Now let's get to the good stuff, the really fun stuff. So I'm not going to look, no particular order. Let's just see what we find. Let's see. First one. What is this? Ah, buffalo. This is a US Mint buffalo. So I guess that whole, I always buy US and I wanted to get some other coins. I still can't completely get away from it, even when I'm doing a kind of fun order. So, but it's a 2022 buffalo. Here we go. Buffalo on the back. You know, the only reason I actually thought in my own head, why did I even buy this? I already have proofs. I've got the 2022 buffalo proofs, which quite frankly, I wish I could go back and maybe not buy those, and I remember the only reason I bought a buffalo is the premium was actually cheaper on this than on this, which quite frankly kind of surprises me, because, well, maybe it doesn't. In my mind, the American Gold Eagles are still more in demand, but I do know a lot of people, and maybe it's the younger crowd, that really likes these buffaloes. So I guess it doesn't surprise me. I would say there's, on the whole, probably a lot more demand for the Gold Eagle. So, and I think it was like 1% difference. It's not a whole lot, but hey, every little bit helps, right? So, all right, so let's get that buffalo down onto our pile. You know, one interesting thing, I wonder why this wasn't in a sleeve. They put all the other ones in, maybe because it was the only coin in the package. That's pretty efficient, saying leaving out the 2-cent sleeve or whatever, but yeah, displayed just for buffaloes. Yeah, well, once I get back to the regular videos, I definitely will. I'll put these on display somehow, and I'm gonna have to start figuring out because the pile's getting pretty big. So let's see here. We've got our maple leaf. So I'm pretty excited. I finally have a gold maple leaf. I've got a few silver ones, but I have never had a gold one, or at least it's been a long time since I've had a gold one. And Rustelic per popular demand. There is your Queen Elizabeth. And as we all know, unfortunately, this is the last maple leaf that she's going to be on. It's pretty sad. But there she is, and this is our, let's take it out of here. Let's get it. This maple leaf wants to be free and fly like the wind. Let's see. That's pretty shiny. Let's see if we can get better light on that. I'll tell you, the sheen on the maple leaves is nice, but this has always been a challenging coin, whether it's in gold or silver, to actually show off with the lighting, because you see you get that shine because it's just so glossy. The finish is just so reflective. So when you're sitting here in person looking at the coin, you know, and you've got decent light, it looks solid. But when you're trying to catch the right angle and you've got like your lights when you're streaming, it's kind of a pain. So let's see. So there we are. So that is our maple leaf. Right. Okay, let's see. So we're down to 2, and I honestly can't remember what the other 2 were. I know there's a Britannia. Let's see. What is... Ah, yes, that's right. A Philharmonic. I got a Philharmonic. So this is cool. No queen on this one, obviously, even though it's European. This is one of the few coins that comes out of Europe that you don't see the queen on. Let's get him out of the sleeve. I do have one Philharmonic. I actually have 2, but they're fractional. I got a really good deal a few months back on some 10th ounce Philharmonics. I should have brought them to show, but I do not have them here. And recently I finally picked up a silver one, but this is the first gold 1 ounce Philharmonic I have. And I do like this coin. I do like the finish on it. I like the design with all the instruments. It kind of reminds me, if any of you are fans of Disney World, they probably have it at Disneyland too, that ride Philharmonic where Mickey and Donald conduct the symphony and all the instruments attack Donald. This kind of looks like the angry horde of instruments getting ready to gang up on Donald Duck. So well done, Austrian Mint. But definitely a really, really nice coin. I don't know. I remember when we ordered it, they were unsure that this one would be a 2022. And I don't even know if they put the year on these. Let's see. Don't see it there. No, and this isn't. So this is 1999, it looks like. So, which I'm just fine with. I just wanted to get one of them, and now I'm happy I have it. And this is probably the last one I will ever buy, but super cool. Glad I bought it. Let's get this one back into the cage. Let's see. Alrighty, and then last one's got to be the Britannia. Yep, there we go. So I was really excited about this one. If you've seen a couple of my other videos where I've done some unboxings of Britannias, and I think my last live I did, I actually got the Britannia proofs from the Royal Mint. I'm a big fan of Britannias, and I would say from the standpoint of silver stacking, especially silver stacking, sovereign coins, I think Britannias are probably consistently the best value I see in the market. Versus, we all know that that American Silver Eagles, are way overpriced. But even versus Maple Leaves and other ones, I always tend to be able to find a good deal on silver Britannias. And gold is very similar. There's just not as much of a gap in the premiums, and that's why I do tend to stick with American Gold Eagles, whereas with silver I drift to Britannias a little bit here and there. It should be a 2022. Let's see. We can find a year on there. I forget which side they put that on. Let's see here. And I'm pretty sure we ordered a 2022. And if it's not, it's new enough because it has like the updated security features like that little guy down there. But that is really nice. And it's hard for me because I can't really see these. I kind of hold them up to the camera just so you can get a better view. So I'm not even really looking at them, like I'm kind of watching on the screen. So you guys kind of saw what a gold Britannia looks like up close before I did. But yeah, I mean, the finish is really nice. It's not as glossy as I would have thought it would be compared to the silver. And it's interesting that it's quite a bit smaller in size. But the cameo is really solid. I think it's maybe just the size that is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but it's more or less the exact same design. Got the exact same reverse here. And I have to say, and I've been through this in some of the videos on the silver coins, when I compare Britannia to Maple Leaf, when I compare the cameos of Queen Elizabeth, I still prefer the Canadian cameo. I think it's cool that Queen Elizabeth has the crown on a Britannia, but I think she just looks kind of a little younger and a little better on the Canadian coin. There we go. So there we have it. So those are all the sovereigns we've got. Let's see if we can get them in our hand here and give everyone a nice side by side. Got America. Let's see. America, Canada, Great Britain. Let's get this buffalo out. We'll get America, another American on there. There we go. So you can kind of see them all side by side. If you're ever wondering which one looks better, well, now is your chance to figure it out. If you're thinking about picking up some gold sovereigns and you wanted to do a side-by-side comparison shop, that's it right there. And what I found pretty interesting in buying these is the premiums were all very, very close. Most expensive was American Gold Eagle. Buffalo was 1 point cheaper, but the premiums were not that bad. I don't remember the exact prices, but I think we're talking like each one of these coins was within a range of maybe $20. of each other. So, excuse me. So, I mean, I'm not, and when it's that close, you know, I'm going with that or that. America, baby. We're going with American coins. But if the spread were $50, then I would definitely look over here. And I like, out of all the non-US sovereigns, Britannia is my favorite. I would go with that all day long. I think Maple Leaf's nice. I actually like the Philharmonic. It's the biggest one. This one kind of looks like those tokens that you get thrown at you at the Gasparilla Parade or something. I don't know. This thing's like massive. You know, it's a little thinner, obviously, versus the other guys. But that is kind of nice to have a big coin like that, especially when you get, into your mid 40s and you can't see shit like up close anymore. Sometimes it's nice to have something with a little bigger print on it, so to speak. But you know, I think if all the sovereigns, the non-American sovereigns, were the same price, I'd go Britannia. I just think it's a sexy coin. Sexy coin. You got Britannia with the C at her back, ready to defend the honor of Britain and all of its wonderful people. So, beautiful coin. And of course, you have one of my favorite people, QE2 on the back. Thank God they didn't switch to Charles yet. I don't know if I can buy Britannia's next year when they put Charles on it. I think that's it for me. So, I think at that point, I was going to say at that point I'll switch to Maple Leafs. But guess what? He's going to be on the back of them too. So, I guess not. I guess at that point, I will probably have to either just pay the extra premium for Gold Eagles, or maybe Philharmonics may actually become my favorite coin. Because if you think about it, if you really don't like Charles, what else are you going to have to buy? You can't get Australian, you can't get Canadian, you can't get British, you can't get Czech. Yeah, Rostelic, yes, we will make our own Queen Elizabeth coins. I'll get out the smelter, and that actually might be a fun project or video next year. We can smelt the Charles coins and make Elizabeth coins out of them. But this actually next year, sovereign, non-US, I think Philharmonic may take over my #1 spot because it will not have Charles. So, and it is a nice coin. It's a nice looking coin. It's got a very sort of old distinction, old heritage type of look and feel to it. So I like that. So now we got a couple of other interesting things that I picked up this week. But first, I'm going to remind everybody once again to sign up for September giveaway, the 2022 American Liberty Silver Medal. So we've got that. We've only got 6 or 7 days left in September. I don't know how many because I can never remember if there's 31 days versus 30 days in a month. Maybe Rostelic knows.